Welcome to the lecture series of digital image processing. Today we are having the third lecture. The topic of today's lecture is components of an image processing system. Here I am Dr. Richa Sharma, Assistant Professor in the Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering, Punjab University, Patiala. We are discussing the main components of an image processing system. Basically, we are having the 5 to 7 main components, in which first one is the image sensors. Image sensors are the components which sense the scene, which sense the problems. Here comes the cameras and the sensors by which we can sense the image. The sensed image is a raw image. This image is to be converted into the digital form by some hardware or by some software or some hardware. So the output of the sensor is given to the specialized image processing hardware. So this blocks belongs to the specialized image processing hardware. Here this hardware is the part of computer. Basically the hardware is the part of the computer. Then we are having some image processing softwares which converts the analog image into the digital image by the process of the softwares. This is the image processing softwares. Then the output of the image can be seen on the screen, and that is called image display. So the image which we are converting into the digital form, we want to store that image or we want to transfer that image to some another place, so we need some storage media. So this is some mass storage where the image is to be stored. Then hard copy, when we need the printout of the output, that comes under the hardware. So basically the main components of an image processing are sensors, then hardwares, then softwares, then mass storage, display, hardware, and overall these all components are connected with the network. So this is the main components. Now we are discussing these components theoretically. Image sensors, two elements are required to acquire digital images. The first is the physical device. As I have told you that we need some sensor, we need some camera that is sensitive to the energy radiated by the object we wish to image, that is called sensor. The second one is digitizer. Digitizer is basically the combination of sampling and quantization. The process of the sampling and quantization is called digitization, and the component is called digitizer, which converts the analog image into the digital output. Because for the processing of the images, for doing any type of process in the image processing, we need to put that raw image onto the computer. For computer, that image should be in the digital form, because computer understands the digital data only. Second one is the specialized image processing hardwares. We are having the hardwares which are specialized in the image processing, usually consist of digitizer mentioned before, plus hardware that performs other primitive operations such as arithmetic logic units, which performs arithmetic and logic operators in parallel on the entire images. We need as digitizer is also the part of hardware, and ALU, arithmetic logic unit, is the part of the hardware. This type of hardware sometimes called a front-end subsystem, and its most distinguishing characteristic is speed. The speed of the computer depends upon its hardware. So higher the speed, the better is the output, and higher the speed, higher the cost. So the cost and speed are dependent on each other. In other words, this unit performs function that acquire fast data throughputs that the typical main computer cannot handle. Then the main component is computer, because all other components are belonging to the computer. If we are talking about the hardware, we are talking about the software, we talk about the display screen, memory, hard copy, all are related to the computer. The computer in an image processing system is a general purpose computer and can range from PC to supercomputers. In dedicated applications, sometimes specially designed computers are used to achieve a required level of performance. Means the type of output or the algorithms which we are applying are according to the type of algorithms we are choosing the type of the computer. Means sometimes some programs run on the simple PC, but sometimes we are having the deep learning algorithms, they need workstations, supercomputers, because they are such type of programs which run for a week or 10 days, like that. Then image processing software. Softwares for image processing consist of specialized modules that perform specific tasks. A well-designed package also includes the capability for the user to write codes as a minimum utilizes the specialized module. In software, we are having the codes specific related to the image processing. Then mass storage. Mass storage capability is a must in a image processing application. An image of size 1024 into 1024 pixels requires a big megabytes of storage space if the image is not compressed, because high resolution images are of high size. So if we are directly storing these images, they are taking lot of space, so we need to compress the image so that by compressing the data we can use less space, and at that space we can store other things. Digital storage for image processing applications fall into three categories: short-term storage for use during processing, online storage for relative fast recall, archival storage characterized by the infrequent accesses. These are the different type of storages which we can use according to the requirement. When we are using for short process, then short term storage required. When we are working on online, we want to transfer data through email or some social media network, then we are using online storage. And if we want to save the data for long time, then we are using archival storage. Then storage capability, mass storage capabilities. One method of providing short-term storage is computer memory. Another is by specialized boards called frame buffers that store one or more images and can be accessed rapidly. The online storage methods allow virtually instantaneous image zoom as well as scroll and pan. Online storage generally takes the form of magnetic disk and optical media storage. The key factor characterizing online storage is frequent access to the stored data. Finally, archival storage is characterized by massive storage requirements but infrequent need for access. So this is means how explaining when we are using which type of storage capability. Then image display. The display in use today are mainly color. We are using color display screens, TV monitors. Monitors are driven by the output of the image and graphics display cards that are an integral part of a computer system. Then hard copy used for recording images include laser printers, film cameras, heat sensitive devices, inkjet units, digital units such as optical and CD-ROM discs. So these are the hard copy devices. Then networking is at most a default function in any computer system in use today. Because of the large amount of data inherent in image processing applications, the key consideration in image transmission is bandwidth. In dedicated networks, this typically is not a problem, but communication with remote sites via the internet are not always as efficient. So networking is required for remote areas, so that we can transfer the data through networking. So this is all about the components of digital image processing. Thank you so much.